sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby.
quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed. I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking it galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up. I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat while I make her. She want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour. Looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you. slow motion crew, and we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the moss room. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 'cause you got me holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel, and welcome back to myself, who feels like we've been away for quite a while on these live streams. I was about to do a live stream to Nottingham Forest. Unfortunately, I was unwell and couldn't do that live stream. That was the last one I was supposed to do. We have commentated on a City win recently, and hopefully we're commentating on a City win today, because it is, with the blue skies across Manchester, it is Derby Day, and hopefully the colour blue is the victorious one today, City versus United. You've got your chance to vote in the comments and in the live chat. Who do you think is going to win the Manchester Derby? City or United? Of course, it could be a draw. We're going to go City or United. 60% of you guys so far vote in favour of City. We've got 3 people already in the live chat who've all gone predictions for Man United wins, both predicting 2-0. But you guys let us know in the comments and in the live chat what you think the score is going to be today. This Manchester Derby feels a little bit bigger for one player than the others today, because Kevin De Bruyne did announce only a few days ago, was it yesterday? It could have been, in fact, yesterday, his departure from Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne is leaving. This will be his final Manchester Derby, and this is his chance to see if he can cause some trouble for United for the last time. There's no other opportunity to face United. They're out the FA Cup, City, the only competition they're still in. We've had some bad performances against United over the years. We've had some amazing ones as well. I mean, the 6-1 win, the 3-1 win at home last year. Phil Foden amazingly smashing one in the top corner. I mean, this season, City were absolutely shocking, weren't they, at the Etihad? Man United beating City by 2-1. City dominating the game, far the better team, and then just for the last 10 minutes disappeared. United get a penalty, make it 1-1, and one long ball of a tap. Amad Diallo made it 2-1, and I was at that game. That was absolutely crushing, and I always applaud the team off. But in that game, I didn't do. So today it's a chance for these City players to really sort of make up for mistakes in that game. And also for Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, it's his last Manchester derby. He'd like to go out surely with a win. He looked very relaxed on the sidelines, warming up. He looked very relaxed, you know, like it's nothing that's going to faze him. Of course, he's a player that's won everything, done everything. Obviously, he's not going to be, I suppose, nervous, but it is his last derby, so I think there is some pressure maybe he'll put on himself to perform to his best level. I don't think De Bruyne feels that pressure. Pep Guardiola did reveal, didn't he, in his press conference, that the quotes were released this morning, that it was the club's decision, it was Pep Guardiola and Cheeky Begirisstein's decision. They said, Kevin, we're not offering you a new contract, basically. I think maybe City did offer De Bruyne an opportunity to stay, but that was on the club's terms, which obviously would have meant a massive pay cut on one of his top deals that he's on as one of the highest earners, and maybe no guarantee of game time either. And Pep Guardiola did state that he has struggled with injuries, Kevin De Bruyne, in recent times, and he said De Bruyne has given everything, and he's given his whole body to Manchester City, and he has done everything we've won is because of that. So, you know, City would not be the side they were without Kevin De Bruyne. City wouldn't have won what they've won without De Bruyne. And I think to give him a good send-off is exactly what City and the fans should be doing. We'll go through the teams then. The starting 11 today for the Manchester derby. Starting, of course, with your team and our team and my team, Manchester City. In goal starts Ederson. He's a back four. Mateus Nunes, Ruben Diaz, Joško Vardiel, and a bit of surprise in there is Nico O'Reilly. He starts the game today. He's given the nod in the derby. Big chance for him at left back. In the midfield, City go with the three of Ilkay Gundogan, Mateo Kovacic, and captain Kevin De Bruyne. Starting and captain City in his final Manchester derby. And then the front three is a very conservative front three. Foden and Bernardo Silva in the wide areas. Omar Mamouche through the middle. On the bench, we've got options in Stefan Ortega, Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku, and Nico Vita-Heis, Savinho, Kusanov, Rico Lewis and James McAtee. No Oscar Bob on the City bench today. So that is how City line up. I think key players today, obviously. The game's going to be maybe won and lost in the midfield, as most games are in football. I think our midfield isn't great, but I think United's is probably worse. So that will help us a lot. This is the Man United starting 11 then. They go with a 5... You'd say it's more of a 5. It's a 5-2-3 formation. But, I mean, Bruno Fernandes playing the forward line. Maybe it's more of a 5-3-2. So, Andre Onana starts in goal. The back five are Diogo Dalot, Mazwari, Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, and Patrick Dorgu, signed by United this January. In the midfield, it's Casemiro, Partey, Nagate, a very defensive-looking midfield too. And a front three of captain Bruno Fernandes, Rasmus Højlund, and Alejandro Garnacho. Those are the sides then. Who is going to come out on top, City or United? Who are going to be the key parts of the game, really, for City and United? I think the battle against those wide players, Dorgu and Dalot, will be interesting. I mean, for that reason, if it was me, I personally would have started Savinho or Doku. I feel like their energy, their ability in those wide areas against their wing-backs. And the thing is, United's wing-backs are going to push forward. You'll see Dorgu and Dalot pushing forward. Then the centre-backs, Mazwari and Yoro, have the split. They'll have to go out to the wide players. You've then got Marmouche against Maguire 1-on-1. De Bruyne getting those areas as well. That is where you can find the space of City if you played quite attacking full-backs and so on. Whether that is the tactic Pep Guardiola goes today, we don't know. We can never predict what Pep Guardiola is going to do, can you really? So we're not entirely sure. But kickoff is coming up next, and we're excited for it. Very excited for it, because this could be a massive win for City to win today. It's been a tough season, a very tough season for Manchester City, but it could have been worse, couldn't it? It could have been a lot worse. I think things could be a lot worse for City this season. I mean, I don't like how on Sky Sports they're talking about it and they're saying, well, it's United versus City, and United are going for the double today over City, and City are a side that have completely fallen from grace. Not forgetting that Man United are down in 14th place in the Premier League. So, I mean, if City are, you know, disappointing, if City are poor, if City are terrible, what a Manchester United. That's what you've got to remember, isn't it? For 71% of you guys voting in the live chat believe City will come out winners today. Andrew's in there in the live chat as well with his prediction. A 3-0 win for City, so sort of the opposite to what Purple and Orlando have gone for. And news at the top of the Premier League table, right at the top. Fulham beat league leaders Liverpool 3-2. Rodrigo Munoz, they really, really embarrasses Virgil van Dijk in that one. Go and watch the goals if you haven't already. Southampton have been relegated. 3-1 defeat to Spurs. So Southampton are down. And back they go to the Championship. Probably one of the worst Premier League sides we've ever seen. And full time between Chelsea and Brentford. It's a 0-0 draw between Chelsea and Brentford. So Enzo Maresca's side drop points in that battle for the top 5. Which is absolutely brilliant for City. And a win here today would do us the world of good to get that top 4, that top 5 and get Champions League football. So talk in the tunnel between Ederson and also Casemiro. The same between Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes. So the Premier League table looks very different to, well, not very different at all, but it could change. It could look very different because Villa on 51, Newcastle on 50 points, City on 51, Chelsea on 53, and Nottingham Forest on 57. All very close. And the thing is as well, Newcastle, which I didn't realise, have 2 games in hand. If Newcastle to win both their games in hand, they'll be on 56 points. They would be just 1 point behind Nottingham Forest and ahead of Manchester City. So there could be big problems there. They really could be. Out come the 2 sides here. Onto the field. They come down a tunnel at Old Trafford. Kevin De Bruyne. The camera focuses everything on him today. They know it's his last derby. A big, big game. De Bruyne walks way ahead of the City players and the Man United players who walk out onto the field here. What a big game we have. What a big, big game we have at Old Trafford. And hopefully, in the sun, we see Manchester City come out on top. Keep your predictions coming in and so on. Man City fan says, yes, yes, he's here. Hello to you. What's the score going to be? What's the score going to be, Man City fan? Is it going to be a 3-0, a big win for City? Could it be a 1-1? Could it be a draw? With a 2-2 draw, a big scoring draw, 0-0. Not as exciting as we think. Who knows? Who knows, really? The 2 sides come out onto the field here. Man United line themselves up here. And as do Manchester City for this big one. 1-0. And it's going to be a 78th minute Kevin De Bruyne winner, says Man City fan. That is very specific. But I like it. I like it. It's good to be confident like that. I'd be lying if I said I'm completely confident about this game. You never know what sort of Manchester City side are going to turn up, do you really? Things can change very quickly in a City game. We could be 3-0 up at half-time and come out in the last 10 minutes, completely lose what we were doing. And that is the case in Manchester City, isn't it? Which is a worry. And I know we've looked better in recent weeks. I thought City looked really in control against Leicester. I was at that game. I was impressed by City. But you just don't know, do you? And that is the thing to me. Feels like we're a bit too safe in the start 11 for my liking. But that's the way it goes sometimes. City 2, United 1, says Isaac. Well, I hope you're right as well. Anyone who predicts a City win, I'm on your side. And I remember, this is a long time ago, back in 2011 when Manchester City played United at Old Trafford. I was very nervous going into that one. I thought that City, I was very young, but I thought City weren't going to come out with a win. And they came away with a 6-1 destruction of Man United. Unexpected and something you never thought you'd see. United have got some really good quality players on the bench, if I was being positive. But players that haven't really hit the what you expected them. Joshua Zirkzee was a very popular sign for Man United. He's not quite done it. He's on the bench for them. They've also got Luke Shaw returning, but apparently can only play a few minutes. They've also got actually some other players on the bench that might make a difference, like Mason Mount. But I think his last game for United that I can think of was the derby at the Etihad, and he played about 15 minutes and went off injured. So he's back now, but I don't think he's going to be cause any problems for Manchester City. I don't think so, personally. Big day for Omar Marmoush, who leads the line for City. Erling Haaland is going to be out for pretty much the rest of the season. Could City look for a new centre-forward in the summer to sort of back up Erling Haaland and have Marmoush play in the wide areas? Or is it that Marmoush is going to be playing through the middle when Pep Guardiola gives him the chance? He plays wide for the national team. He plays the number 10 as well sometimes. He's a very versatile forward player. He played through that middle for Frankfurt in the front two. That is what caught the eye of Manchester City. Well, there is Harry Maguire for Man United here. On the field. Ready to go a bit of team talk alongside captain Bruno Fernandes in the huddle. Marmoush scored 3 in his last appearances in all competitions. Very, very good in front of goal, Omar Marmoush. And we need him to have another big effect today. Games on NBC in the USA, says Isaac. Thank you very much, Isaac. If you are in the US, you can watch it on NBC. In the UK on Sky Sports. In Spain, I think it's on DAZN. Pep Guardiola goes across to shake hands, and there's a big roar for the City by the City fans for Kevin De Bruyne. He goes over and applauds the City fans here at the start of this one. So City versus United. Manchester derby. To be kicked off by Bruno Fernandes. Are we ready? Derby number, I think, 179 in the Premier League. This is underway now. A big long ball by United, headed by Phil Foden, who has started off that right-hand side. Gundogan and a clearance away as well. And actually, it's not what we thought it was going to be at all in this starting 11. Phil Foden plays right wing. Kevin De Bruyne plays false 9. And Omar Marmoush plays off the left. And it is in fact Bernardo Silva, Mateo Kovacic and Ilkay Gundogan in a midfield 3. Ball through by United to Rasmus Højlund. He flicks it around the corner here to Garnacho. And United are in behind straight away here. And Garnacho. And Diaz takes him down the box. He's back to Højlund. It's blocked away. It's a free kick to United on the edge of the box. And a yellow card to a City player. United want a penalty. Ooh, Diaz takes down Garnacho. Yellow card for Ruben Diaz. Diaz fouls Alejandro Garnacho. And it's going to be a free kick United right at the start of this one. It was nearly a penalty. Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz there. And City with a very, very shaky start here. High line. Højlund clips the ball over the top and in behind to Garnacho. And United nearly take the lead. Diaz has to take down Garnacho. He's lucky it's not last man. He's lucky it's not a red card. He's lucky it's not a penalty. And a yellow card within the first 45 seconds for a foul. And Bruno Fernandes will step up to take the free kick. So corner for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes stands over it. Ederson is giving a talking to his wall here to line themselves up. Good chance for Bruno Fernandes here really from this situation. City's wall is pretty much, what, 10 yards away from their own goal. What can Bruno Fernandes do with this one? Man United's captain from the free kick right in the edge of the box here. Bruno Fernandes hits it straight into the wall, looks to look underneath it. And it goes behind for a corner to Manchester United. But a great start by United here. A good bit of passion at the start of this one. A good block by Omar Marmoush. It was going through the big gap in the City wall. Marmoush managed to flick it away. Corner ball to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. But a shaky start by Manchester City. Corner ball. Out to Garnacho. Swung in by United. Headed away by Nico O'Reilly. Well done the set piece there, young man. Mazwari forward. Foden chases. Garnacho loses it. It's all the way through for a throw into City on that far right hand side. Phil Foden there gets the better of Garnacho. Throwing for City to be taken by Mateus Nunes, who's City's right back. I can't see him being City's right back next season. I can't see, you know, a lot of these players being in these positions next year. You know, starting 11, De Bruyne as well. They're nice and physical, but he's given it away. Harry Maguire slams it away to far side out for another throw into City to be taken by Mateus Nunes on that right hand side. Diaz. Joško Vardiel for Manchester City. We're playing at centre back really just help us in the build up, I feel. Hopefully him and Diaz can form a good partnership, but I mean, a shaky start by Diaz and the City players in the opening few minutes. Diaz. Vardiel. Gundogan. O'Reilly and back towards Joško. Well, Marmoush is going very narrow alongside De Bruyne. O'Reilly is going very far forward on the left-hand side. So he's Nunes on the far right as well. Ederson. In towards Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Vardiel. City have got a bit of a foothold in the game now, which they needed after a very, very shaky start here. Ilkay Gundogan. Kovacic. Brings the ball forward into the centre circle for City onto Phil Foden. Kovacic wide right to Bernardo Silva. He's found some spade for himself here, Bernardo. Back into Kovacic. Back towards Diaz. And on to Vardiel. Vardiel quick turn into Nico Ryan. A lot of pressure from Dalot here, but he plays it really well into Kevin De Bruyne. Takes it round the United player Mazwari. Mazwari gets a foot in there. Puts it out for a throw for City. A good quick thought there by O'Reilly. Ball was passed to him under pressure by Vardiel. He did well with it. Here's Kovacic. He flicks it away. Very inventive that from Kovacic with a back heel in the air. Nunes. And to Foden. And a throw into Manchester United here. Come flying in was the United player. Phil Foden went to control. The United player took him out. I think it was Lenny Yoro. Referee said no. Throw into United. Well, 6 goals in his last 6 starts versus Man United for Phil Foden. He steps up on Derby Day. He knows what it means to the Manchester City fans. And to him himself as a City fan. Long and away by United. Diaz clips it back forward here. They win it in the midfield. Diaz has left it. He's had to clip it away again here, Diaz. Foden against Dorgu. He's very tight to Phil Foden. They're using the arms. Kovacic slams it forward towards Omar Mouche. Little back heel on towards Kevin De Bruyne. Brilliantly done. De Bruyne here. Wide towards Nico Wright. It's a bit of a heavy pass by De Bruyne. O'Reilly still gets there. Back towards Gundogan. Kovacic, Gundogan. Kovacic, Gundogan again. Ruben Diaz. City stepping up here. Diaz trying to help with this build-up. Wide right to Bernardo Silva. Onto Mateus Nunes. City go from the right back left now. Bernardo onto Joško Vardiel. O'Reilly, a heavy touch here. And he spins on it. O'Reilly away from Dalot. He's done really well there, the young man. Dalot slides in and takes out O'Reilly. Doesn't get the ball. Gets both legs of O'Reilly. Free kick Manchester City. But he's been put under pressure a few times here, Nico O'Reilly, at the start. And he's dealt with it really well. I mean, he's 6'4" at 19 years of age, 20 years of age. Pep Guardiola thinks he's good enough for his physicality. His quality technically as well. He's played as a striker for the EDS. He's played as a winger, a holding midfielder for Pep Guardiola before. Attacking midfielder is really his main role. Kovacic. Switch a player towards O'Reilly. It's a poor pass by Kovacic. Sort of slices on his right foot. Nearly like sort of turned into a pass to Omar Mouche, but it was difficult. And then it goes all the way through to Andre Onana. When United can play out, start their build-up with Andre Onana, who is a goalkeeper who likes to get on the ball and play. A lot of the questions come around his goalkeeping ability. Well done, Vardiel against Holland there, and it goes all the way through Onana's long ball towards Diaz. O'Reilly. Back onto Diaz. Here's Diaz. Looking for the long ball in behind Ruben Diaz. Marmouche is making a run here. Mazwari under a lot of pressure. Mazwari's done well under it there. And City's press is broken too easy, but a poor touch by Ugarte. Really heavy touch. Phil Foden driving at the defence here. Foden on towards De Bruyne, who's offside. De Bruyne surely off Dorgu. And the referee gives the offside flag. The linesman puts the offside flag up anyway. Well, Foden tried to drive through there. There's a little clip on his heels by, I think it was Ugarte. Give him a bit of a kick. Didn't go down, Foden. Played into De Bruyne, who was offside only slightly. Maguire tried to play him off. But he couldn't do. Mazwari. City putting a good pressure on here, and United pressed by Marmouche. It goes behind for a goal kick to United, but good pressing by Marmouche there. Straight on top of the United players. Not letting them play it out. Pep Guardiola's won 16 of all 28 games versus Man United in his managerial career. Which is not the most amazing record, is it really? Against United. Mazwari. Onana. Taking his time here, Andre Onana, and City giving that space in that ball. Clips it out towards Lenny Yoro. In there is Nunes. Garnacho against Nunes, who does well. Lenny Yoro again, back to the goalkeeper Onana. De Bruyne under pressure here on Onana. He has to just kick it quickly away before he gets his foot on it. Onana's distribution's been poor so far. And that one goes behind for a throw-in for City on the far side. The left and near side, left side. O'Reilly, back to Kovacic. He leaves it off for Nam. There's another throw-in for City. So the opening 10 minutes, City started shaky, but sort of got a bit of control in this game. But we know which way this game's going to go. They'll play a certain way, United. And United will try to just get us on the counter, really. They won't try and control this game. Nunes here. Pass it wide to Phil Foden. Foden for City. Foden hits one here. Foden near post. He drags it just wide. Onana was scrambling. Dives to his low left-hand side there, Andre Onana. Good strike from Foden. He pulled it towards that near post there. I think it actually might hit the outside of the post on the way through here from Foden. No, it doesn't. Maybe it's a yard or two wide. But Onana wasn't sure. I think he had it covered, Andre Onana. But he had to get across to try and get there. Long by Onana from the goal kick this time. They don't play it out. Rasmus Højlund against Vardiel. Flicks it down towards Agate. In towards Dorgu. And City could be in a little bit of pressure here. Patrick Dorgu. Tries to get forward. But now Silva gets there quickly. Garnacho. Agate. Lenny Yoro. Here's Harry Maguire. At the centre of that back three for United. The most experienced defender. Oh, Maguire with a terrible pass. Gives it straight to Phil Foden. Foden for City. He's taken out here by Garnacho. Referee says no foul. Nunes heads it straight back down towards Lenny Yoro. And Foden stays down. Good tackle by Bernardo Silva. Here's Kevin De Bruyne skipping past the challenges himself here. Foot in there. Falls to Dalot. The pressure on Marmoush. Phil Foden still down here trying to get back to his feet. As United spin it and try to switch it out to Garnacho. And it's gone behind for a throw-in to City. But Phil Foden here seems to have got a bit of a problem. He stayed down, Foden. And he's not happy with the challenge on him. And it seems to be an ankle problem for Phil Foden here. It looked like a foul on Phil Foden personally. Maguire gives it away. Casemiro and Agate go flying on Phil Foden. He gets the ball, Casemiro, and the ankle of Phil Foden as well. And I'm not sure if Phil Foden's going to be able to continue here. He does look in a lot of pain. We'll have to see. See what happens here for Phil Foden. But he seems to be struggling. We're hoping he can continue. Pep Guardiola on the sidelines. He's scratching his head. You know, something to think about. Is it Doku? Is it Savinho? Is it Jack Grealish that comes on? Well, Pep Guardiola's asked Savinho to go warm up. And I think Jeremy Doku's going to go and warm up as well. So it's not Jack Grealish we're going to call upon here. If Foden has to come off, it will be Doku or Savinho. Well, Foden's still limping here as he tries to walk off the field. But it looks like another ankle issue for City, which is also going to keep Erling Haaland out to the end of the season. But from the look of Phil Foden, from the way he's just walked off the field, I have a feeling that is going to be his day over from the early stages here. Matheus Nunes to take the throw in for Manchester City. Harry Maguire heads it away. Big header from Maguire. Nunes back in towards Bernardo Silva. Flicks it over the top here. All the way through to Andre Onana. Too much on it there from Bernardo Silva. Well, after 30 seconds, he's allowed to come on. Phil Foden. Lenny Yoro. Drives through City's midfield. A little bit too easy there for my liking. But they can't work it forward and the ball ends up going backwards. Maguire. Foden's back on the field here. Hopefully he can run that off. He's had a difficult season, Phil Foden, after being player of the year last year. Dalot. Casemiro, the ball in behind towards Rasmus Højlund. It's a great ball, that one. Højlund against Diaz. Diaz on a yellow card. He's got to be careful. Vardiel gets in there, makes a good challenge. Back to Edison, who just slams it away. It's out for a throw-in. Pep Guardiola just asking Edison to calm down there. Kicked it away straight away. Ederson didn't want to take any time on the ball. Oh, Nana. Mazwari here. Good feet from Mazwari. Wide right to Diogo Dalot. In towards Casemiro. Well, Foden seems to be walking better. Here's a ball in behind towards Dorgu, which Foden's not read. It's overhit by a United player. Well, Patrick Dorgu there on the left-hand side for Man United. They've done really well. They've overloaded the right-hand side. Left Dorgu high and wide on the left. And he's in so much space. A better pass, a good quality pass. And Man United are in with a really good chance there. City throw it in really easy to Vardiol. And they work it down this far left. There's a lot of space for young Nico O'Reilly. And he plays in behind towards Marmoush. What a ball that is. Marmoush is in. Marmoush hits it. Big block by Maguire. But what a ball by Nico O'Reilly from left back there. Marmoush makes the run behind. O'Reilly with it. A pass forward. Bending ball in towards Marmoush, who hits it across the goalkeeper. But it's blocked by Maguire before it gets across the keeper. That's where he's going. I think he's looking for the bottom far corner, Omar Marmoush. What a ball from Nico O'Reilly from left back there. Cutting open that United defence. Corner ball for Manchester City, and it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne to take it. Here comes De Bruyne. In from De Bruyne to that near post. It's across the box here. Vardiol gets out. He's backheeled it across the box here. Handball. Say Manchester City. Referee says play on. Marmoush takes on the chest of Vardiol. United lump it away. Diaz's got to be careful with the bounce here. He's taking his time, Diaz, on it. He does take the sting out of this possible opportunity for United. And back to Matheus Nunes, who had an absolute disaster class at the Etihad, didn't he? After he had a really good game against United at the Etihad at right back. Some said possibly his best game for City. He was overshadowed by the mistakes he made later on in the game. De Bruyne, Kovacic. Wide right to Bernardo Silva. Here is Bernardo up against Dorgu. Bernardo. Dorgu going all over the place here. Bernardo giving him a tough time. Bernardo puts his foot in there, ends up going out for a throw in towards United. That's the problem with Bernardo. He hasn't really got that ability to beat a man anymore. I think obviously he's got the quality on the ball, but he can't burst past anyone. And against Dorgu there, he wrapped Dorgu up a little bit at the start of that move, but Patrick Dorgu read it all the way. And then eventually he had supporting Garnacho and Ugarte. Garnacho, Dorgu. City win it back again, Phil Foden. In towards Gundogan, it's deflected. Can't go City's way. Nunes with a header up, looping it upwards. O'Reilly in there, Gundogan down to Kovacic, who back down to O'Reilly. And back onto Kovacic, and City work it well through the midfield there. Kovacic. Wide left to O'Reilly. Back to Mateo Kovacic here. Into Bernardo Silva. Touch. Into Diaz. And he goes wide right towards Matheus Nunes now. Nunes for City. Well, Diaz in City, and the way he's played, we've been very much in control of this game. But it's just, despite that control, it's creating that good chance. De Bruyne. De Bruyne hits one here with the left foot. Doesn't get the power on it as the captain. And it's a simple save for Onana. Right down the middle, rolled towards him. But he found the space there, De Bruyne, to get the shot off. Nice first touch on the left foot. He takes another on the outside of his right foot. Then he hits it. He's away from Ugarte. But just doesn't get the power in it at all, Kevin De Bruyne. Casemiro flicks it round to Rasmus Højlund here. Bruno Fernandes. Sends a spinning passing behind to Alejandro Garnacho. Takes it out the air brilliantly. Well played, Garnacho. He's got Dorgu with him as well. Garnacho running the City team here. Dorgu, heavy touch. Nunes across to him, physically done him there. Nunes, and Dorgu ends up throwing a leg out and putting it out for a goal kick to Manchester City. Well done there, Matheus Nunes, defensively against the marauding fullback Dorgu. Well, the Dane, who played at Lecce in Italy, heavily linked with a lot of clubs, Spurs, City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, all mentioned. Brentford, I think, even were mentioning the Dorgu interest, but in the end, he's moved to United. De Bruyne plays one through it to Marmoush. It's a good try to pass. It's intercepted by Diogo Dalot. Dorgu. Lenny Yoro. Harry Maguire. Ball's in behind Marmoush towards Dalot. Crosses Nico O'Reilly. Dalot. Casemiro. O'Reilly there. Takes it off Bruno Fernandes. It flicks off his other foot. A bit unlucky, really. Ends up giving it back to United. He's frustrated with himself, O'Reilly there. He did do well to get in there and win it back off Fernandez. Maguire. Lenny Yoro. Wide to Dorgu. Back into Yoro, who clips one in towards Bruno Fernandes. He's found a pocket of space here behind Kovacic, and he works it wide here towards Dorgu. Bruno Fernandes pretended he had his ankle broke there for a second, and then as soon as the referee showed the advantage, he played on as if there was nothing. No surprises there. Switch by Garnacho. Dalot up against O'Reilly. Dalot swings one in here. Chance for United at the far post. Garnacho misses a sitter, and away by Nunes. What a chance at the far post. United, who should have taken the lead there. Cross comes in from Diogo Dalot. Alejandro Garnacho is at the far post free alongside Højlund and Agate. I think it's the United. There's a United player who jumps in front of him. It could have been Casemiro Agate, and he sort of puts him off Garnacho. But I think Garnacho there should open the scoring without a doubt. It's a big miss. Nunes clears one away. Mazwari against Marmoush. Did well there, Mazwari, and back United go to Harry Maguire. Trying to get their own foothold in the game here, Manchester United. It has been all City, really. But United with their biggest chance of the game, their glorious chance. The ball in behind here. And it flicks off the turf and into Ederson's path. But I think Garnacho should score there, personally. Here is Kovacic. Wide left to O'Reilly. Nico. And towards Mateo Kovacic, Bernardo Silva. Wide right is Nunes. City just... We've got all this control, but we don't particularly like creating a chance. Mateus Nunes. United are very poor. I mean, we've seen so many sides create chances against them. City struggling to do so. Kovacic. Vardiol. Back into Diaz here. City work it along that back line. Vardiol again. Into Marmoush. That's a nice ball. Marmoush back on towards Gundogan. Good bit of space. He could have done with turning there, Marmoush, and driving at the opposition, really. Back into Gundogan by City. Marmoush drops deep here. Back out to Kovacic. On to Diaz. Wide right towards Bernardo Silva. A lot of possession for City, but not offering much creatively. Nunes. And it's creatively where City is struggling, isn't it, this season as well as defensively. And in that midfield, Kovacic, Gundogan. Terrible pass by Gundogan. Won back by United. Lenny Yoro drives a counter-attack here. And here is Marmoush. Yoro goes down pretending he's injured. Referee says no, play on. Gets back to his feet. Gundogan. He limps for a little while, then he's fine. De Bruyne through to Foden here. Phil Foden. Harry Maguire gets across, covers it. Behind for a throw into City. Harry Maguire barking at the linesman there, saying there was a foul on Lenny Yoro. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Back out towards Ruben Diaz. Diaz. Gundogan. Foden. Back to Gundogan. Sliding challenge there by Casemiro. City work it onto Vardiol anyway. Goes back into Foden. Not the best of passes by Vardiol. City have it back again. United doing a lot of, winning the ball, throwing themselves on the floor, trying to get a free kick, trying to break up that City pressure. De Bruyne here. Interesting pass here. Maguire heads it away. City's midfield slow across to get to it. Bruno Fernandes under pressure from O'Reilly, who's in there battling with Gundogan. So is Bernardo Silva. Fernandes still gets there. He's moaning at the referee again, Fernandes. He's screaming at the referee. He's throwing his hands about. He's the captain. As usual, it's always someone else's fault. Dalot in towards Fernandes. Back wide to Garnacho's in so much space here. Garnacho across the box. Patrick Dorgu. Heavy touching away by Vardiol. What a chance for United again. Maguire to the back of De Bruyne. Free kick Manchester City. Bundles into the back of Kevin De Bruyne, Harry Maguire. Dorgu, I think, should do so much better. Took some really heavy first touch on his right foot. That takes a chance away. A good touch there. He hits it and he might score. Very close in on Ederson to shoot from there. Patrick Dorgu. Now you can tell in his face there, as the camera zooms in, he's very frustrated with himself. To get a free kick and we are back underway. Kovacic. Gundogan. Had his haircut recently, Gundogan, and he's actually started playing a bit better. I wonder if it's something to do with that. Kovacic, the ball behind to Riley. What a ball. O'Reilly taken down by Dalot. It's a good tackle by Dalot. Fernandez. In there is Gundogan, tackled by Casemiro. Kovacic wins the tackle, and the referee says no, it's a free kick. He takes Casemiro before the ball. United have to be careful, don't they, of Manchester City. They press, winning the ball up high. They've got away with it a few times. At City also, we've got away with it a few times as well. I mean, United's average position being shown on a graphic here. Everything's coming down that left-hand side. Garnacho the furthest forward. Agate and Fernandez are actually playing further forward than United's number 9, Rasmus Højlund, which shows you the positioning. Long ball by Onana. Headed away by Vardiol. Down to Casemiro. Agate. Back into Fernandez. Over the head of Marmoush and back towards Mazwari. Here's Maguire. Lenny Yoro. Back towards Maguire. Switch of play by Maguire to his right side to Dalot. Takes it well on the chest, but he has to go back towards Mazwari. He plays it long into the channel here. Vardiol, very, very well done. Takes it on the chest. Fantastic from Vardiol. He's been very good, Vardiol, centre-back in the last few games. I think when we're going through that really bad stage in the season, he was one of the culprits that was either, very good or very bad. Seems to have sort of shaken that out of his system a little bit at the moment. But I don't want to jinx it and him do it today. Kovacic. Wide right to Mateus Nunes. Back he goes to Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz. Back onto Vardiol. Well, Bernardo's going into a sort of a back three with Vardiol and others. O'Reilly there with a heavy touch and giving away. Struggled there, Nico O'Reilly. Pep Guardiola doesn't say anything to the youngster. I think he's more bothered with his experienced players. His midfielders doing more in the midfield, really. Mazwari back to Maguire. Back to Onana. Into Mazwari. United play himself into pressure it. Mazwari. Good ball into Fernandez. Takes it on the chest. Flicks onto Højlund. Round the corner to Fernandez. Ball through towards Garnacho. Good little twist and turn by Garnacho. Then he's on to Bruno Fernandes. He's got Dorgu to the left of him. Fernandez onto Dorgu. Patrick Dorgu shoots. And he's... Terrible strike from Dorgu. Completely over the ball. Completely over the bar as well. Really poor from Dorgu. Well, it's a good bit of counter-attacking football for United. Garnacho spins Nunes here into Fernandez. He's got Dorgu to the left of him. Plays Patrick Dorgu. But Højlund sort of his run. He's into the channel where Dorgu is. So that sort of makes City go across that anyway. And then it sort of puts them in a bad position. Dorgu then is under a lot of pressure to hit it. And I mean, it's a poor finish anyway. Lays it completely over the bar. Vardiol. Nico O'Reilly. Back to Joško Vardiol. Back into Kovacic. Well played, Vardiol. What a space on that right side for City. Kovacic until it's Diaz. Into Mateus Nunes' path here. Can Nunes bring the ball forward here? Possibly. He does do. Dorgu comes out to him. Then he goes backwards. And that is something that is heavily part of Nunes' game from right back. Move forward, go back. Move forward. As soon as the player comes to him, he goes back. He plays a heavy pass to Kovacic, who tries to dribble his way out of a bad situation there. It's bad decision-making from Kovacic. It's terrible from Kovacic. They've got Fernandez on the far side. Bruno up against Vardiol. Fernandez clips one in here. Agate on the volley. Scuffs it wide. What a chance for United again. But that comes from Mateo Kovacic with a really bad decision there. Decides with being pretty much the last man to try and dribble his way through 3 or 4 United players. He loses the ball, obviously, after a good challenge by Agate. And he just stays on the floor. Kovacic doesn't even try and work hard to get back. Neither's Bernardo Silva, neither was Gundogan. Bernardo in the end does get back into position. And City deal with it. Thanks to a poor finish by Agate. But City creators their own problems, which is the usual, isn't it, for Manchester City at the moment? Look at the goal we saw conceded against Bournemouth. That was created by City. Here is Dalot. Onana. Yoro. Lenny Yoro here goes back to Onana, chased by Phil Foden, who has run off that injury, but hasn't seen the ball since then. Great ball into Fernandes again by United, who find space on his left-hand side. Kovacic can't get anywhere near him. Rasmus Hoyland back into Dalot. United trying to play quickly. Pep Guardiola telling his defensive line to get up nice and high. But there's so much space in behind Nunes here. It's across to Dorgu, who's got it on this left-hand side here. But he's offside, Patrick Dorgu. And City defensive line did really well there. Pep Guardiola's barking at him on the sideline. He's screaming at his players, get up, get up. And they made an incredibly high line. When the ball went over to Dorgu, he was offside. Well played, Pep Guardiola. It's Joško Vardiol. Gundogan now dropping a bit deeper than Kovacic, who's started making a few mistakes in that midfield. Kovacic again. United aren't really worried about Nunes at right back. They're asking Garnacho to come more centrally to Fernandes and leave Nunes in space on that right hand side, because Nunes isn't going to cause problems. He always seems to go backwards. Bernardo onto Nunes here. This is when Nunes has got to drive into space, but he's taking too long, and in the end he just goes backwards anyway. Bit of space for Nunes. He's got to drive into it. Kovacic. Wide to Nico O'Reilly. Nico for City. Back to Kovacic. Bad pass by Kovacic. Blocked by Casemiro. Back towards City anyway. Diaz. Trying to create something in towards Gundogan. Foden. Foden quick feet tackle. Back out towards Bernardo. And on to Nunes here. Nunes with a good forward pass into De Bruyne, who's onside here. De Bruyne behind towards Gundogan. Tackle by Lenny Yoro. Does he get the ball? I don't know. Apparently so. Corner. A really good movement there from Kevin De Bruyne. Drifts across the United back line. They want offside. He's not. And City get a corner here. We've got to be wary of the counter-attack here. Got to be very wary of that. City passing the ball around, but it's lots of passes, but not much purpose, it feels like, at the moment. It's a corner ball. Phil Foden to swing this one in. Top of the goalkeeper, Onana flaps at it, and it's off the line by Mazwari. Bernardo off Dorgu. Or Diaz off Dorgu, a sliding challenge, throwing Manchester City. Onana's absolutely nowhere near this. Flaps at it, actually headed by Casemiro. Mazwari clears it off the line at the far post. Onana's asking for a foul. And he's run into his own players there. Throwing by United. Marmoush taken off him. Oh, Marmoush, he's gone down with a bit of a kick there. I think he'll be fine. United clear it away all the way to the halfway line on the centre circle. Taking in Ruben Diaz. Kovacic. Back to Diaz. Under pressure here. Bernardo Silva. And City go back to Edison. No problem. Don't panic there, Diaz. He could have lumped it forward, give the ball back. He didn't panic. Give it to Bernardo. Went back to the goalkeeper. Here is Kovacic. Gundogan. Vardiol. Brings it forward for City. Space for O'Reilly on the far left. Gundogan. Back inside toward Diaz. Vardiol telling Gundogan to go wide left. Beside against it Nunes. Who every single pass has been backwards from Nunes so far today. And I think he's very much afraid of making a mistake. Gundogan. He makes the same pass again in towards Diaz in the centre circle. Ruben Diaz. In towards Marmoush. One touch off towards Ilkay Gundogan. He takes a really heavy touch himself. And he's tackled by Casemiro. Straight back to City. Gundogan back to his feet. Back getting involved. Gundogan. Kovacic. Diaz. Wide right to Nunes here. Up against Garnacho. Holds him off well, Nunes. And once again makes the pass backwards. Diaz still bring the ball for City. But it's been a lot of the same stuff here. Here's Vardiol. Gundogan. No intention of looking left, Gundogan. Always looks inside on that right foot. Finally work it wide left towards Nico O'Reilly. Back to Gundogan. Nico. Gundogan again. Vardiol. Bernardo. Gundogan. Lots of passing, but lots of nothing from City. Gundogan. Oh, and he plays the ball in behind Gundogan to Marmoush. He made 2 or 3 runs, and Gundogan decided 2 or 3 times not to play the pass. By the time Marmoush turned to look to get it short again, then Gundogan decides to play it in behind. Just gives possession back to Man United. Maguire. Mazwari. Casemiro under pressure here from Kovacic. It's out for a throw into United. Good pressing from Mateo Kovacic. Quickly across. Well, Luke Shaw back on United's bench. Is it first time this season? Ruben Amorim said before the game he might play a few games. That's probably the best he'll get. Been injured for a very long time, hasn't he? Very long time. Here's Agate. Lenny Yoro. Big switch by Yoro. O'Reilly reads it well, heads it down to Marmoush. Good take by Marmoush and back out to Nico O'Reilly. Holds the ball up really well there. Vardiol. O'Reilly. And into Kovacic. Well played, Nico. Here is Mateo Kovacic. Into Gundogan. Tries a flick pass with a back heel, which was silly from Ilkay. Didn't need to do it. Bernardo goes and wins it back off Garnacho. Here's Mateus Nunes here. And he gets it back for City, Nunes. Will he pass it forward? His first forward pass of the game. Possibly. He does. Wide right to Bernardo Silva. Back to Nunes. There's not much enjoyment in the first 35 minutes. United with the better chances by far. City have had a lot of the ball. And a lot of nothing with it. Nunes. Kovacic. Onto Vardiol. Back into Kovacic. Nunes going narrow now. Nunes with a ball over top here towards De Bruyne. It's a difficult pass to play. And it's into Andre Onana. It's a poor pass by Nunes. And maybe that's why he's been passing backwards so many times. Dorgu, dispossessed by Bernardo Silva, goes and wins it back. Bernardo into Kovacic. It's a nice idea at the pass, but it's poor. City give it away. Fernandes in a good challenge here by Bernardo. They still get it wide. Nunes. Oh, he has a little flick at Nunes there. Swipes his leg at it. City get away with it. Mateus Nunes. It's a better switcher play. This left-hand side to Nico O'Reilly. There's Nico. Kovacic. Ruben Diaz. Bernardo. Diaz. Kovacic. All the space out wide left for O'Reilly. A lot of space for Nico. In behind to De Bruyne. Mazwari in the back of him. De Bruyne being harried and hassled there by Mazwari. He's a very aggressive defender. I think United even get a throw in from that one. No, they don't. It's a City throw. He's right in the back of De Bruyne there, Mazwari. It's very difficult for De Bruyne to do anything. Marmoush can't get there. He's beaten to it by Mazwari. Into Fernandes. City win it back through Ilkay Gundogan. Kovacic tries to play the ball through to Phil Foden. It's another terrible pass by Kovacic, who I think's having a very weak game in that midfield. The midfield's very bad. And I mean, City have set up quite conservative today, I think, in their starting 11. And that certainly seems the way things are going. This is really, really turgid football for Manchester City, really. Lots of passing, but absolutely no purpose in it at all. Ball over top by United all the way through to Edison. This is, I mean, this is two very poor football teams at the moment going head to head. I mean, I would have liked someone a bit more attacking on the side. Sure, you know, you need to see a bit of a Doku or a Savinho at some point in this City side. Very slow from City and not much intention. Here's Kovacic for City. Pass to O'Reilly's poor, but Dalot can't go to him. He's got two to mark. Nico into Kovacic. Nice pass again. Away from the press of United. Mateo Kovacic brings it forward. Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne. Here's De Bruyne again. A ball in behind towards Gundogan. He won't find him. It's away by Lenny Yoro. Dorgu is there. Back that time to Yoro. Swipes it away. City get the ball back again here. Vardiol. Diaz. Nunes. That's good feet from Nunes here. Can he make the right choice there? Nunes dribbles into a bad situation. Gets out of it. Kovacic. Gundogan. City in space. Gundogan goes to shot here. Gundogan. Well, he had I think Foden making her on the far right-hand side. De Bruyne and Marmouche and so on making the run from the middle. Look, Gundogan went for goal himself. And he drags it maybe two or 3 yards wide. Oh, Nana wasn't sure. He went for it. I feel like Foden should go wide right there to Phil Foden. And then he can go and play on the cutback. But he decides not to do that, Gundogan. He goes to the shot. Confident he can hit it in. He doesn't do. Has Gundogan scored a Premier League goal since his return? I don't know. Oh, that's a bad mistake by Vardiol. United get it back. Here's Garnacho. Plays on Garnacho here. Onto Dorgu. Patrick Dorgu switches the play across to Dalot. What a pass that is. Dalot back to Fernandes here. Takes a touch. Shot here by United comes from Casemiro. And it's into the hands of Ederson. But the better chances have certainly fell Man United's way. Sophie is here. Hello to Sophie. What's your score prediction? Let us know. Dalot pulls it back here. Fernandes. And so Fernandes takes a touch on his right foot. In the box. Tries to get it onto his left foot. But he miscontrols it. Takes it too heavy. And by that time, Casemiro's come flying in. Hits it with power on his right foot, but low. And straight towards Ederson. Well, the Leicester game wasn't particularly good at the Etihad, especially that second half. This is not so good from City. Ilkay Gundogan. I think we've got to be looking at creative plays, Manchester City, in the summer. Nunes. Bernardo, because Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, Mateo Kovacic, they're all devoid of creativity. Kevin De Bruyne, our most creative player, is leaving. And Phil Foden's not that player either at the moment, is he? Here's Nunes. Taking his time on the volley, Mateus Nunes into Gundogan. Wide right towards Diaz. Into Phil Foden. Terrible pass. Foden taken out by Casemiro. Foden then tries to little spin on Garnacho. Can't do. City give it back anyway. Gundogan. City come forward. Heavy touches by Gundogan. Sliding challenge by Fernandes. He gets the ball there and Ilkay Gundogan. United lead a counter of their own here. It's launched forward towards Alejandro Garnacho on the left-hand side. Garnacho. Casemiro. United slow it down. Fernandes into Agate. Maguire. Fernandes. Casemiro. Fernandes throws himself to the floor. There was absolutely nothing in that. Bruno Fernandes just throws himself to the floor and the referee gives a free kick. There's no surprise like the rat he is. And he does it again, Bruno Fernandes. Absolutely horrible cheat that he is. So, free kick United here. In a decent position. Fernandes is going to try and swing this into United. It might be able to City get a bit of a counter, but we ain't got really any pace in the counter. There's no fast players in there. City haven't really created anything anyway. We'll have to see. Ball in by United. O'Reilly at the far post. Headed by Dalot. Back out to Garnacho. Garnacho onto Agate on his far right side. The number 25 swings it in here to the far post. It's flicked on towards Maguire by Casemiro. There is Ederson. And he wants a bit of a counter-attack for City. And here's Kevin De Bruyne. And he's chased by Dalot. And De Bruyne is running here. And here's De Bruyne rolling back the ears here, De Bruyne. The ball with the outside of the boot. And it's poor by De Bruyne. And Onana hammers it away out for a throw-in. O'Reilly goes and takes it down in towards Ilkay Gundogan. Well played, Nico O'Reilly. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Short to Kovacic. City. Well, City are prioritising control over chances. And they might feel that's the way to win this game. But as a neutral or a City fan or a United fan, it's not what you want to see. O'Reilly here. Heads it down towards Marmouche, away by Mazwari. Chance for Garnacho against Diaz here. Vardiol does fantastic. Absolutely fantastic by Vardiol. But he's played it into a United player anyway. Bernardo Silva gives Bruno a little kick on the way through. Bernardo knows his fellow Portuguese international teammate Bruno Fernandes. He knows he's probably the softest player in world football. Alongside Vinicius Jr. He gets back to his feet. Bruno, he'll be absolutely fine. But he goes down as if he's been under a leg breaker. Bernardo Silva laughs to himself. He knows it wasn't a bad tackle. He clips the ankles of Bruno here. And Bruno goes down as if he's had his leg broke. Bernardo Silva's still laughing at the theatrics from Bruno there. He's back to his feet and completely fine. You look like a rat, shout the City fans to Bruno Fernandes. Dalot, Casemiro, giving away to Vardiel. Kovacic turn. Oh, a bad challenge by Agate and Kovacic. That's a late one. That's a yellow card, but he won't be getting it. Very late challenge. Also a late challenge by Mazwari and Omar Mamouche, who's down the floor as well here. A very late challenge by Agate and Mateo Kovacic, who somehow evaded a yellow card from Peter Banks. Flying in on Kovacic. And then Mazwari straight for the back of Marmouche as well. I think he's done his hamstring, Marmouche. He holds the back of the thigh there, Omar Marmouche, as if it's a hamstring injury. And he's still holding it, Marmouche, but that could be a hamstring injury for Omar Marmouche. And if that is him injured as well, City's forward line's completely gone. Well, 2 added minutes, that's a shame. I was hoping it was less. But I think Omar Marmouche could have done his hamstring there. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Back to Diaz. And all the way back to Edison. Well, if you're in Manchester at the moment and you've got the sunshine, unfortunately you've just wasted 45 minutes of your time. You may as well have stayed outside. I mean, City have had 62% possession. Both sides have had 4 shots, 1 on target. But only one team's tried to score a goal here. And that's Man United. They've had better chances, to be fair. It's pretty poor from Manchester City. Edison into Vardiel. His first thought is to go backwards. Into Bernardo Silva. This is certainly the way the team's being coached to play this way. Bernardo. Bernardo still. Wide right to Nunes. And again he goes backwards. Bernardo. Diaz. Switch of play idea as he's overhit to O'Reilly. He'll chase it, Nico O'Reilly. He might just get there against Dalot. It's off Dalot. It's out for a throw-in for City, is it? Thought it might have come off the shin of Dalot there. Referee gives the throw United's way. Talking to here from Casemiro for Diogo Dalot. Slow things down, I think, before half-time. United will be happy to go in at 0-0. City, by the way, they've played, I think, will be happy as well. Very poor. Dalot throws it forward. Headed down by O'Reilly. Gundogan round the corner. Maguire heads it away. O'Reilly against Højlund and out for a throw-in for City. Dalot tries to quicken things up. He throws it in towards Ruben Diaz. Diaz for City. Matheus Nunes, so much space for Nunes to run into here. He does go forward and he plays a heavy pass to Foden. He's up against Dorgu here. Foden goes past Dorgu. The referee says, well, you know what? We'll stop it there. As Foden goes past him there to try and get a cross in. Half-time. Man United 0, Manchester City 0. What a shocking first half of football. That is dull and boring. And that's exactly what City want with that type of lineup. We're back for the second half. Hopefully to try and wake ourselves up from this absolute snooze fest that City have put on store here today.
sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so
quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed. I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking it galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up. I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat while I make her. She want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like, now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you that you have to lose.
Well, the second half is close to getting underway here, Manchester City versus Manchester United. The sides are back out on the field for it's probably one of the worst derbies we've seen. Noah Kim says City playing like nonsense. City have got absolutely no idea. We just passed it sideways. It's been terrible. It's been absolutely terrible from City. United haven't been great either, but just there's just no width, no attacking intent. So scared to lose the ball, so scared to do anything. Just keep the ball, pass it sideways, pass it sideways. United have better chances. City they're asleep, City. They're absolutely asleep, and we're going to sleepwalk into a defeat here. I can sense it. It'll be an unforced error. We'll make a mistake, and United will get all 3 points if we don't wake up. Doku, Savinho, Jack Grealish, Miko, get those players on the field. Long from City here from the goal kick. From the start of this one, Garnacho does De Bruyne there. Bernardo sticks a leg out, and Bernardo Silva's going to get a yellow card now for sticking a leg out on Alejandro Garnacho from Peter Banks. Accumulation rather than the actual foul, but no yellow card for Agate, who went flying in on Kovacic. Dangles his leg out, Bernardo Silva. I mean, he clips Garnacho, who could keep going. I mean, Bernardo Silva, what does he offer this City side? Nothing. Dalloway tries to run Nico O'Reilly. It's out for a goal kick. But he offers City nothing now, Bernardo Silva. He really offers us nothing. It's time to go. Gundogan. Way too safe constantly. Marmoush. Onto Gundogan, who heads it down towards Casemiro. Dallo. Fernandes. Back he goes towards Mazouari and on towards Harry Maguire. He moves it on towards Lenny Yoro. Maguire. Ball in behind by Maguire. To the right side to Dallo. Takes it well here, Dallo. The ball in behind. For United on his far side here. Space of Fernandes. City are away from them. Fernandes here. O'Reilly gets a cross here. Fernandes. Cross it into Edison's hands. It looked like he went out that. The referee says no. Bruno Fernandes sort of slipped as he crossed it. Nico O'Reilly worked hard to get back across to him. Not exactly know what happened here. He slipped and kicked it into his own feet, I think, Bruno Fernandes. Edison for City. Onto Diaz. United pressing a bit more aggressively here. Ruben Diaz. Into Foden. Nice ball in towards Gundogan. City play out the press really well here. But the problem is we haven't got any players to pounce upon United getting beaten in the press because we're so slow. Here's Nico O'Reilly. In towards Marmoush. Good feet by Marmoush. Fit to Phil Foden here. Foden! Oh! What a miss by Phil Foden. What a miss by Phil Foden. Marmoush gets it through to Foden. He's got to shoot. And Mazouari, I think, kicks it away before Foden shoots just. Mazouari did touch it, but Foden actually did kick it behind for a goal kick. What a miss by Foden. That's a terrible miss by Phil Foden. Should score. Has to score. Doesn't score. Diaz against Holland there. He threw himself into Diaz there, then went down holding his head. The City are going to play on. But it's a head injury, so Holland stays down. He'll be back up. There's absolutely nothing in it. Rasmus Holland here. Nothing in that. He's cheating. He throws himself into Diaz. Then he goes down holding his head. Diaz's hands touch his head. Brush his head. Incredibly soft. Holland's now saying there's an elbow on him. When we can see on the replay, it was the brush of the fingers of Diaz. But he's asking for an elbow, Holland. It's unbelievable. Very poor from Holland there. Embarrassing from United's number 9. No need to be rolling around like that. There really isn't. Here's Diaz. Wide right to Mateus Nunes. Ball in behind towards De Bruyne's a good one. He's got the other side of Dorgu. De Bruyne across the box here. Good ball in by De Bruyne. No. It's way too close to the goalkeeper. It's out for a goal kick. Nice pass by Nunes. City create 2 chances at the start of this one, which is better. But De Bruyne here. It's a poor ball by De Bruyne. He's got to get more on it, De Bruyne. It's way too close towards the goalkeeper and it goes behind for a goal kick. No, 71% of you guys still confident in a City win. I put in the live chat the vote for City win or, you know, a draw. Or a United win, sorry, but it could be a draw. Very easily could be a draw. Vardiel well done against their player. Marmoush back in towards Gundogan. He turns here. Nice feet by Gundogan. Here's Kevin De Bruyne for City. De Bruyne chased by Agate. Back onto Bernardo Silva. Wide right towards Mateus Nunes here, who's always bothered about being so safe. City all they care about is being safe. Kovacic. Gundogan. Nice hit it wide to Nico O'Reilly. Good pass by Ilkay. O'Reilly swings one in here. Headed away by Mazwari. Out to Ilkay Gundogan. Vardiel. O'Reilly. Oh, tries to let that run there. Nico in a bad position. Bruno Fernandes looks to switch the play. Agate. And over towards Lenny Yoro. Dorgu. Garnacho. Giving away to Phil Foden. And City get it back here. And Dorgu goes and tries to win it. And it's out for a throw-in. Pep Guardiola decides to take it down with the feet there. Nice touch by Pep on the sidelines. Little handshake between him and Amorim. Back they go towards Vardiel. Here's Joshko. O'Reilly. Vardiel. Diaz. So many passes in between the lines here. Foden, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Marmoush. We go wide right to Nunes. He goes back towards Diaz. We need someone to take a risk, really. And try and get the rewards of it. Vardiel does into De Bruyne. That's better. And on to Gundogan. On to Nico. And the pass isn't on, so Nico's got to go backwards there. No one to pass to. Gundogan. Nice little turn and twist there from Gundogan. Oh, and he gives it straight to Dalot. It's poor by Gundogan. Kovacic goes and wins it back for City. And O'Reilly gets it away. Straight back to United with Fernandes. Kovacic, terrible. And O'Reilly with a really poor clearance. Pull it back to Casemiro here. Casemiro. Agate. Wide towards Dorgu. He's got Garnacho with him. Dorgu to the far post here. Casemiro in there. Away by Diaz. And a foul on Diaz by Rasmus Højlund. Free kick Manchester City. Well, dissent there. Dissent from Rasmus Højlund, which is not punished by the referee. Cross comes in from Dorgu. Casemiro won the header. Diaz did well to get it away. Said he was under pressure from Rasmus Højlund. There's two hands in the back by Rasmus Højlund and Ruben Diaz there. Pushes him. Clear as day. Bernardo Kovacic. Vardiel. Gundogan. Spins. Ilkay. Drives. Gundogan. Onto Phil Foden, who's got space now. City have got runners on this right-hand side. Foden. Far wide right to De Bruyne. KDB. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. De Bruyne shoots right down the middle of Onana again. On the left foot of Kevin De Bruyne. Just rolls it down the middle of the goalkeeper. Not the first time he's done that today. Off that right-hand side. Not getting the power in that left foot, KDB, at all. Long forward by Onana. Diaz against Rasmus Højlund here. It's a foul by Diaz and Højlund this time. Diaz just couldn't get in front of him. Makes a mistake, does Diaz. Gets a hold of Højlund. Didn't need to, but he decided to. Free kick Man United. Fernandes to take this. United trying to get bodies in the box. Fernandes is going to try and swing it in. United try and score from a set piece here. Could Manchester City themselves hit them on the counter? Well, you feel not. Fernandes swings them to the far post of Dalot. It's a great ball. Dalot to the edge of the box here. Agate! Blocked away by City just. Back out to Fernandes. Back onto Dalot. Dalot again, step over. Swings one in Dalot. Ederson has to punch it. Back out to Dorgu. United pushing here. Garnacho. Garnacho hits one. He's deflected. Ederson, good strong hands from Eddie. Well played, the goalkeeper. And City go the other way now. And here is KDB. And Marmoush has made the initial run. Marmoush. De Bruyne wide to Marmoush here. Up against Mazwari. Omar Marmoush. Marmoush. Holds on to it, Marmoush here. And back out towards Gundogan. Well played, Omar. His hold-up play is very good, you know, Marmoush. I am impressed by it when he does play. De Bruyne. Kovacic. And City have the ball deep in Man United's half now. The counter-attack has been wasted, but can we find a way through? Vardiel. Pulled down is Bernardo Silva by Manu Agate. And it's a It's a free kick, Manchester City. Agate is giving something to Diaz there. And Bernardo Silva's telling Agate to go away. And it is a free kick to Manchester City. And Diaz is going to get a talking to here. It was just afterwards Diaz went to kick the ball. And Agate went flying in. And Diaz left his leg in. Diaz just ignored him. Diaz just ignored him, Agate, as if he wasn't even there. Agate wanted some a bit of a scuffle. Diaz is having none of it. Not interested at all for Manu Agate. Free kick Manchester City, and it's our time for our creative player, Kevin De Bruyne, our captain. See if he can do anything with it. De Bruyne to take this one. De Bruyne to take it. Phone's really far wide right here. De Bruyne clips one in here. O'Reilly's in there. Nico O'Reilly across the box and away by Dalot. What a chance. Marmoush here. Holds off Mazwari. Marmoush shoots here on Nana. Makes a save. Diaz wanted to cross in from Marmoush. He went for goal. Great chance there. Cross comes in. O'Reilly's there ahead of Casemiro. Just gives him a push. No one was there to finish it off though. Onana taking his time here on the ball. Rolls it out to Lenny Yoro. Don't know what he's doing there, Onana. Time wasting. Even his own fans are whistling him. Agate. Garnacho. Back in towards Lenny Yoro. Yoro back towards Onana. Mazraoui. Left-footed pass forward by Mazraoui. Vardiel against Holland. Joshko Vardiel comes out on top brilliantly. Then into De Bruyne. Fantastic from Vardiel. De Bruyne with a heavy touch there. It's poor from De Bruyne. It's really poor by De Bruyne. What a bit of play by Vardiel. He finds De Bruyne who can't get control of the ball. It's not good enough. And there is not any quality at all in this team. And it's going to be a change for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. And it is going to be, the first change is going to be Phil Foden. And the United fans boo, whistle and chant some pretty unnice things at Phil Foden as he's subbed off here. And he's to replace by Jeremy Doku. And Man United make a strange change. Harry Maguire leaves the field. And he's replaced by Victor Lindelof. Well, Maguire just back from injury, maybe that's why. So Lindelof on. So Maguire looks a bit disappointed to be coming off, really. Maguire off, Lindelof on. So, I mean, Lindelof's not a particularly good player. So, maybe that's an area where City can find their way through now. So off goes Maguire, on comes Lindelof, off goes Phil Foden. On comes Jeremy Doku. Here's Mazraoui. Ball in behind, City are opened up here. Dalot, Holland in the middle. Agate wants the pull back. Dalot takes his time. Takes too long, waits for Fernandes, clips to the far post here to Dogu! A brilliant header by Matheus Nunes there, defensively. Threw himself at it and made sure he got it away before it fell to Patrick Dogu coming in at the far post. Dogu's onside. Matheus Nunes did really well with the defensive header there. Really good defensive header. In comes Bruno Fernandes for the corner. To swing it in towards the City box. In by Fernandes. Away by Vardiel at the far post. Onto Omar Marmoush. He tried to flick it away from Garnacho. It's off Garnacho. Throwing for Manchester City. Well played, Marmoush. Well, Amarim's come running out of his technical area here. To give a talking to the Man United players. He wasn't happy with something there in that set piece. Throwing for Manchester City. O'Reilly throws it into Gundogan. To Kovacic, who flicks it up in the air. I don't know what Kovacic is doing there. O'Reilly bullying Garnacho. Agate, Holland. Garnacho. Past O'Reilly. Crossing by Garnacho's over here. Mateus Nunes does really well, heads it down towards Bernardo Silva. Back wide to Nunes, well played. Nunes, left-footed switch forward here towards Doku. It's straight to Mazraoui. Down to Dello. Well, at least he played it forward this time, not across his own box, Nunes. We saw him do that against Bournemouth, didn't we, in the FA Cup, which cost City massively. Back they go towards Mazraoui. Well, it's not entertaining at all, is it? The second half has been a little bit better, but not by much. Marmoush here. Marmoush wins it off Dorgu. Really good play. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. So much space to City here. De Bruyne into Gundogan. Terrible touch by Ilkay Gundogan. Get these players out. Gundogan can't control a football. De Bruyne can't control a football. Bernardo Silva can't control a football. This shouldn't be here. Kovacic. Here's Dallo. Wide to Garnacho. Pass Nico O'Reilly, good tackle by Bernardo Silva into Kovacic. And he's going to run forward himself now, Kovacic. Wide left to Doku. Needs some support here, Doku. And back he goes to O'Reilly. It's so frustrating. Any time something might become promising for City, it's ruined by a terrible first touch. Vardiol. Kovacic. O'Reilly. Kovacic again. Diaz, Bernardo Silva, back to Ruben Diaz. Kovacic, space for O'Reilly. Centrally, O'Reilly lost it. In a bad position. There's Garnacho. And City are in trouble here. Garnacho back to Fernandes. He's got Dorgu to the left of him. Fernandes. Back wide to Dorgu. Across the box here. Ruben Diaz throws his chest at it and blocks it away. United want a penalty. Gary Neville on Sky Sports, I think he's saying it's a penalty for United. Of course he would do. Hits his chest and his chin apparently. Ball in behind towards Fernandes. Vardiol heads it away. And again away by Vardiol. United are growing into this game. Here's Gundogan. Doku taken down here. Doku by Mazraoui. Free kick City, or Casemiro it is. Gary Neville says Diaz is lucky. He threw his chest at it. He slipped Diaz. And he gets his hands away. That is very good by Diaz. He slips. Then he gets his hands in the way. Out of the way. And he hits his face. Well done, Diaz. Did well to do that. De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo goes back towards Diaz. It's just... Bernardo Silva. Just no creativity in him. Bernardo Silva. Nunes. De Bruyne. Ruben Diaz. Vardiol. Into Kovacic here. Kovacic, options, not really there. On to Bernardo. Nunes in acres of space on the right hand side. He spends a lot of time with Nunes with his arms out, sort of wanting the ball. Oh, Marmoush there. Great feet by Marmoush. He's taken out by Lindelof. Free kick Manchester City. His hold-up play is really good, Omar Marmoush, and he's done it again there. Ball into him by Vardiol. Takes it away from Lindelof. Gets the kick. Rolls Lindelof and takes the free kick. Well done, Omar Marmoush. Free kick Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne and Marmoush both will be looking to take this one. Personally, on recent showings, you'd probably give it to Omar Marmoush. And we know that he's got the quality to score free kicks. He's done it for Frankfurt. He hit the post, didn't he, against PSG? And it's going to be a free kick. Well, City are deciding who's going to take this one. Who should take it? Who should take it? Marmoush is placing it down. So is Kevin De Bruyne. I personally would give it Omar Marmoush. I think that his quality from set pieces is a big part of his game. He's a new player here to prove himself. We know that Kevin De Bruyne is good at free kicks as well. Just don't feel like De Bruyne's going to hit this one in. O'Reilly and Diaz stand in front of the Man United wall. Omar Marmoush and Kevin De Bruyne are over it. Come on, Marmoush. Smash this one in. Marmoush! Oh, good save by Onana. Good save by Onana. I thought for a second it's going in there. He gets it up and over the wall. It's a little bit too close to Onana, however. Takes a little flick off it. Onana pushes it away. Good strike from Omar Mamouche. Good save from Andre Onana. One he expecting to save, though. Here's Vardiol on the turn. Doku in so much space his left-hand side of me. Finding he's up against Dallo Mazwari. Jeremy Doku. Back he goes towards Vardiol. Kovacic. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Wide right towards Nunes here. De Bruyne. Nunes. Back he goes towards Diaz. Nunes has made a run down this right-hand side. City should look for him. Diaz decides against it. Tries to switch it to Doku. He does take it down well, Doku. Keeps it in here against Dallo. Jeremy Doku. Skips past Dallo. He's got all the Jeremy Doku's shirt here. Gundogan. And City get no foul for that in the end. And here's Fernandez. A good block by Kovacic. We're back to Casemiro. Here's Lenny Yoro. Past De Bruyne with ease here, Yoro. In towards Rasmus Højlund here. Tries to control it. Diaz puts a foot in. He switches it wide. It's overhit by Rasmus Højlund. In towards Garnacho's path of throwing for Manchester City. Diaz goes all the way back towards Ederson here. Ederson takes his time. Into O'Reilly. Forward to Doku, who's being held by Mazwari here. And Doku rolls him. And Doku's done brilliantly well. And Doku's still going in. He gets his body across again. And Mazwari again fouls him. It's got to be a card from Mazwari. And he's not going to give it. Doku gets his body between Mazwari and the ball 2 or 3 times there. He's trying to run away from him. But he just will not give the yellow card the referee for a Man United player. City take the free kick quickly. Bernardo Silva, Diaz. Into De Bruyne. Oh, De Bruyne, poor again. He's not been good at all, De Bruyne, today. Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne's in space again here, Bernardo. Can you find him? No. Back he goes to Kovacic. O'Reilly. Nico back towards Vardiol. Takes a heavy touch again, Vardiol. Not for the first time today in the second half. O'Reilly's found some space here. Nico wide to Doku. Against Dallo again. He's already fouled him once. Doku past Dallo again. And Dallo once again pulls the shirt of Doku. It's the second time Diogo Dallo's done that. And finally Peter Banks gets the yellow card out for a Man United player. Dallo's pulled back Doku twice by the hips. The shirt, the waist, the shorts. And it's a yellow card for Diogo Dallo. And deservedly so. And it's going to be a free kick for City, but can we get a good cross in? Can De Bruyne put in a good set piece? Just not working at the moment. De Bruyne to swing this one in. Nearly 70 minutes on the clock. In by De Bruyne. O'Reilly's there. Header. Far post it goes to. The referee gives a corner. United weren't sure of that. Neither was City. Corner ball. Well, goals conceded from corners this season. United up there with Southampton and Wolves with 11. Can City make the most of it? Can we make the most of this? Kevin De Bruyne over it on the set piece. Outswinger from the Belgian. De Bruyne in. City attack it. Mamouche hits a strike with great power. Back to O'Reilly, blocked away. What a hit by Mamouche, but it's saved by Onana. And cleared away by United. Offside. What a hit by Mamouche. He hits it first time. From the corner. Thunderous strike. The edge of the box. Absolutely leathers it down the middle. Onana just gets his hands out and parries it. Can't keep it. Just keeps it out. Oh, Mamouche can't get it. I mean, if that's further left or right from Mamouche, it's going in. There's no one saving it. It hits it. It generates so much power in the strike. I think if anything's going to happen positively today for City, it's going to be from Omar Mamouche, really. Well, Mason Mount and Joshua Zirkzee coming on for Man United. Rasmus Højlund heads this one on. And Diaz away straight back to United. Fernandez down towards Dallo. O'Reilly didn't touch the... O'Reilly felt like he'd been fouled Dallo there. Referee thinks so. Free kick. He did leave his leg in there, O'Reilly, on Dallo. Cross to come in here from Man United. Another set-piece opportunity. And maybe a goal comes from a set-piece there, because there's been quite a few set-pieces going there and about. So United swing on in with Bruno Fernandes. Mason Mount is waiting. So he's Xerxes in by Fernandes. Away by Gundogan at the near post. Poor cross by Bruno. Waits for it to bounce here. Flicks it over the head of Doku. Keeps it in as to Bruno Fernandes. Down the line here towards Casemiro. Swung in by him. Vardiel gets it away. Ugarte! Comes back out to Manu Ugarte at the edge of the box. Similar to the Marmou's chance maybe. A little bit easier. Strikes it towards goal. Hits it clean. But hits it about 5 yards wide of the post. It's a nice strike actually. But it's a poor finish from Ugarte. On target. He might score. So double change for Man United. They're going more attacking here. Mason Mount comes on for Ugarte. It's an attacking change from Ruben Amorim. And Rasmus Højlund comes off for Joshua Zirkzee, who you feel like he's got a goal on him. So Mason Mount makes his return against City. Diaz. Going to send this one long here. Straight to United. Taken down by Bernardo Silva. Given back to Bruno Fernandes. Handball by Bruno. He won't get away from the ball for Bernardo. Kovacic. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Kovacic. Back into Bernardo. Bernardo switches it towards Nunes here. Wins the head of Nunes. He's done really well there. Mateus Nunes just put it around the corner towards Marmoush. Couldn't do. And Dorgu plays it forward behind by Bernardo Silva, thrown to Manchester United. I mean, you look at creative players around Europe that are available in the summer. Florian Wirtz obviously is the big one mentioned, but I just don't see him leaving by Leverkusen. I think someone like Xavi Simons maybe, or Ryan Cherky could be on City's list. Garnacho, Fernandes, United on the counter here. Garnacho, good play. Wide to Fernandes, pulls it back to Garnacho. Garnacho down the byline here. Nunes across to him, gets in there with his strength. Good recovery from Nunes after making an initial mistake in the challenge. Into the box. Nice strength against Garnacho. City are looking to make two changes as well. Jack Grealish and Rico Lewis are going to come on for Manchester City. Here's Kovacic. Bernardo Silva. Diaz. Kovacic. Well, Mount's gone up alongside United's forward line. It's Bruno Fernandes who's gone the deeper. Casemiro pretty much playing on his own in midfield now. You think that's something City be able to do well at, to getting around Casemiro, but the way things have been going today, you feel like it might not happen for us at all. Vardiel. Diaz. Nunes. Into De Bruyne. Uses his body well against Euro there. Nunes, and he forgets the ball, Nunes, and he's giving United a throw in a good position. Moments like that from Mateus Nunes, which is what keep him out the City side. Changes for City now. So number 19, Ilkay Gundogan, makes way for number 10, Jack Grealish. And number 75, Nico O'Reilly, is the man to make way for number 82, Rico Lewis. I am not sure of that one. I am not sure of that change at all. Gundogan for Grealish, I think is the right change. It makes sense, but Rico Lewis for Nico O'Reilly, I mean, that puts us in a really bad position in terms of like aerial duels. You know, these wing-backs coming in at the far post. Pep Guardiola giving a bit of coaching to Nico O'Reilly there as he comes off as well. Fernandes on here. Here's Mazraoui. Dallo. Mazraoui. Lindelof. Casemiro. City still playing a sort of 4-3-3 with Grealish and Kovacic, Bernardo, the midfield three. Lewis has gone to left back. Marmoush on the right. Doku on the left. And De Bruyne for the middle. Ball over top here. Nunes. Nunes here making a mistake against Garnacho. Nunes trying to be confident against Garnacho here. Clears it away. Marmoush uses his body really well. And a little back heel in towards Bernardo Silva's brilliant. Diaz. Xerxes chasing. Off the hand of Diaz, and he puts it out for a throw into United. City there messing around with it in the corner. And United winning it back. In by Dorgu. Fernandez taken off him by Bernardo Silva. Well played City. Bernardo. Taken down by Mason Mount. It's going to be a yellow card for Mason Mount. His first involvement in the game to stop a counter-attack. And he tells the ref to go somewhere, which I don't think you should be saying that to the referee. Mason Mount gets away with that. Here's Rico Lewis. Grealish. Jack Grealish for City. Into Doku. Kovacic. Vardiol, who's been the most expansive of the back line. Onto the wide right to Nunes. But Marmoush has gone centrally now, so there's just absolutely nothing on the right side for City. Late one on Bernardo Silva from Bruno Fernandes. But Bernardo doesn't throw himself to the floor and roll around 20 times like Bruno would. Stays on his feet. Rico Lewis. Doku here against Dello again, who's on a yellow card now, Dello, so Mazraoui's got to come across to help him. Doku. Good ball through. It's a nice idea from Doku. At least he's tried to create something. But Grealish doesn't make the running behind at all. Doku's asking him to. Well, Eric Cantona is in the audience here today. 185 appearances, 82 goals for Man United between 92 and 97. I'm surprised he's not asleep in the audience here. It's been a terrible game of football, hasn't it? Onana. Long on the right boot of Andre Onana. Kovacic wins the header. Out for a throw into Man United. Well, it seems like it's going to be a 0-0, doesn't it, really? Nothing exciting's happened or United nick it. I don't see City nicking it. Here's Dorgu. Garnacho. Garnacho onto Dorgu. Across the box here. Xerxes! Big save! Back out to Mason Mount and blocked away by Rico Lewis. Mazraoui. Fernandez. Wide again. Blocked by Lewis again. United. What a save by Ederson on the strike from Xerxes. Diaz leaves Xerxes. Good save by Ederson. And then Rico Lewis makes a good block on the Mason Mount rebound strike. Bring Ilkay off for Grealish, Lisa. We've done that. You've not made anything better. I don't know how Savinho's not got on the field, to be honest with you. Crossing by United here. Diaz away on his fires. Mazraoui with a volley. Goes for the spectacular strike there, Mazraoui. Flying in with the right foot. It's an absolute country mile wide. It's terrible. It's terrible for Mazraoui, but he's tried it. But yeah, well, good crossing by Dorgu. Diaz stands off Xerxes. It's poor defending. Ederson comes to the save of City there. And then Mount does well to adjust his feet to get a volley in. Good block by Rico Lewis. De Bruyne lifts it over the top here towards Jeremy Doku. Nice ball. Come on, Jeremy. Against Mazraoui. Doku. Doku into De Bruyne. Terrible pass. Mount wins it back. Mazraoui goes and gives it away. Does he know? De Bruyne too weak. And United to get away again. And a ball in behind towards Garnacho against Matheus Nunes, who's quick, thankfully, Nunes. And he stays on Garnacho. But Dorgu's overlapping. And there's no support for him. And Garnacho goes for goal here and drags a shot wide. But it's taken a deflection. Behind for a corner. Great pass by Fernandes in behind to Garnacho. City completely opened up there. And Guardiola, I think, has got things very wrong today. Corner for United here. Fernandes to take it. I think we need to make... I don't know what we could do with Savinho on here today, I think. Something with it, some creativity. Well, maybe City are just going to try and hold on to a 0-0 draw. That's what we seem to be here for today. United are just poor. So they're not here for a draw. They tried to win. They're just poor. Fernandez. Swings one in here. Fernandez! Kovacic tries to clear it away. And Casemiro's cheating. And Ederson goes and tells his fellow Brazilian to get up, to stop cheating. Kovacic kicks it. Did he better in the assistant manager, says Lisa? Yeah, well, we were terrible in the second half against Leicester, boring. Kovacic kicks it and Casemiro throws himself to the ground, cheating. Really, really embarrassing from Casemiro. Multiple-time Champions League winner. Dive into the floor like that. Casemiro throws himself under Kovacic. It's absolutely embarrassing from Casemiro. He's asking that he's broke his foot, Casemiro. Absolutely nothing. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing from Casemiro. Should not be doing stuff like that. I really don't like the diving in the game. It's one of the things in the game that have really ruined things, isn't it? Peter Schmeichel. He's in the crowd as well. I won't tell you what Peter Schmeichel is, but it rhymes with anchor. He's in the crowd today. He's Peter Schmeichel. So, 80 minutes, 10 minutes remain. Are City going to find a winner? Are United going to find a winner? Who knows? But at the moment, it feels like I could have just tuned in now and I may have enjoyed the game. Rico Lewis here, really poor, dispossessed by United, who look like they want it a bit more than City right now. Lindelof, Lenny Yoro, chased by Marmouche. Dorgu. Dorgu here, drives forward from left back. Bernardo Silva steps across him. In towards Garnacho, tackled by Bernardo Silva, back to Dorgu. Just throws himself in the ball here, Dorgu. And City get it back. Really, really cheap by Dorgu. United playing for these free kicks and so on. Kovacic, long ball and behind to Doku here. Mazwari, Nana doesn't come for it. Nana takes his time here and he slices it away. Down to Jack Grealish. Grealish for City. Mason Mount a slide challenge on De Bruyne. It's a poor pass by Grealish and De Bruyne looks physically finished here. I mean, De Bruyne looks like he can't even move. Really, I don't understand it from De Bruyne, but, you know, De Bruyne is going and we're all saying, you know, De Bruyne shouldn't go, but I think his time's up, isn't it, De Bruyne? I think we have to realise that. But I think if De Bruyne goes, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic stay, then we are in trouble as a team. We really are. Garnacho. Good feet from Garnacho. Good tackle by Bernardo Silva. To throw into Man United. Pep Guardiola is not happy with his team. He's trying to motivate on the sidelines, Pep Guardiola, but I don't know what he set his team up to do. He's washed as Lisa. Yeah, he is. De Bruyne certainly is, but so is Bernardo. I mean, what does Bernardo offer on the football field by him being a body? Nothing. What does, you know, Ilkay Gundogan offer? I mean, the last few games, Ilkay Gundogan's actually offered probably more than a Bernardo Silva has done. But that being said, he hasn't all season, so one game against Bournemouth doesn't change it. Or 2 games, he was alright against Leicester, was it? Throwing to be taken by Nunes here. Throwing from Nunes here. Lenny Yoro taken off him by Marmouche. He's pulled back. Oh, my Marmouche here. Lenny Yoro. Knew Marmouche was through and just pulls him down. Good work by Marmouche. Nicks it off him. He's off. Marmouche has been really good today, I think. It's probably alongside Nico O'Reilly, our best player. I have to say. Really, really good player. Rico Lewis. Doku in so much space, we just can't look to his left-hand side at all. How's Gundogan gone to this? Well, he's a lot older, isn't he? Oh, Bernardo Silva's had his pocket picked to the halfway line. Xerxes. City in trouble. Xerxes wide towards Garnacho. Good tackle by Mateus Nunes, but Bernardo Silva causing us problems. Back to Ederson. Pressed by Xerxes. Over to Rico Lewis. Turns. Rico. Rico Lewis puts it straight out for a throw into United. There's so many players in this team that for the standard that we need are just nowhere near it. Really bad from City. Lindelof. Into Mason Mount. Wide right towards Dalot. Xerxes. Back out to Casemiro. Big switch over the far side towards Dorgu here. Dorgu swings one in. Xerxes there with a header. Flicked away. Casemiro back onto Lenny Yoro. Lindelof. United to the side pushing for the winner here. Mason Mount. Lindelof. Here is Dorgu. Back in towards Bruno Fernandes here. He's asking for Dalot to make a run in behind. Mazraoui. Tackled by Rico Lewis. Foul on the City player. Free kick Manchester City. Lewis got in there ahead of the United player. And he ended up leaving a foot in on him. City take the free kick here and United press him. Diaz. De Bruyne's got so much space in between the lines. So has Jack Grealish, but City haven't been able to find them. Here is Joško Vardiol. Chris is here. Hello to Chris. You may have, if you haven't watched the game at all, Chris, you may have not watched it until this point because nothing has happened. Here's Jack Grealish, a late tackle by Casemiro. He gets the ball. Good challenge. Doku goes and wins it back with Rico Lewis. Then Casemiro goes and fouls Rico Lewis. The referee says no. Casemiro the ball behind to Garnacho. Bernardo Silva's there. City deal with it. Vardiol back to Diaz. But United look like the side that are going to score here. Matheus Nunes away from Xerxes. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Jack Grealish. Away from Mazraoui here, Grealish. Referee says no, foul. United play on. Grealish doing the... Could have played for United with a dive like that. Hardly any touches on him. Dalot. Grealish slides in on Diogo Dalot. Mazraoui, Casemiro. United looking the better side into these final moments of the game. 86 minutes on the clock. Fernandes on the halfway line. Switched out wide right to Mazraoui. Lifts it over the top here. Towards Diogo Dalot. Ball in behind here towards Mason Mount. City are opened up. Mount across the box here. Xerxes headed Diaz. Xerxes! Big block by Ruben Diaz. What a chance for United there. Xerxes. Thought he was going to score the winner of Manchester Derby. This could be the worst Manchester Derby I've ever seen. Quality-wise, this has been absolutely terrible. Throwing for Diogo Dalot. And he's going to go for the long throw in here. The Man United fullback. Lindelof standing on the goalkeeper, Ederson. Diogo Dalot throws it short to Mazraoui. Back to Dalot. United decide not to go with a long one. Mazraoui back out to Fernandes. He does swing it in. Fernandes into Casemiro. Great defending by Joško Vardiol. Diving header. Flies across the box there. Heads it out for a corner. Well, Vardiol threw himself at it there to stop United getting a chance from that one. City in all trouble. City failing to have a conviction to play through the ball for the runner as usual. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, Pep Guardiola says time out for something here. They've been absolutely terrible. So bad this game. In by Fernandes. Chance at the near post away. Dorgu hits a volley. He tries to go for the spectacular. And he slices it. And behind for a goal kick. So approaching the 90th minute now, there's absolutely nothing. I mean, there's nothing positive in this City side at all. Nothing positive at all. Here's Doku. Doku here, dribbling past the challenges, does so well, Jeremy Doku. De Bruyne. Wide right towards Matheus Nunes. Back he goes to De Bruyne, who's dropping deeper now, De Bruyne, to try and get in the ball, but he's been very poor, City's captain today, Kevin De Bruyne. Wide right to wide left to Rico Lewis. Kovacic. Diaz. I can't see much added time because nothing's happened. Matheus Nunes. In towards Ruben Diaz. Joško Vardiol. I think he's been decent today, Vardiol. O'Reilly's been quite good. Marmoush. Marmoush, it's a difficult game for him because there's no service at all in the team. Doku. Rico. Diaz. Wide right to Matheus Nunes here. De Bruyne. Back to Nunes again. 3 points is big for City to get top 4. Nunes taken down by Dorgu. Marmoush goes and wins it back for City. And now they're going to put the ball out. Dorgu's injured. He's not happy, Casemiro, with his teammates. He's shouting. I don't know what happened here. Nunes just slips as they both go for the ball. It's a 50-50. I don't know what Dorgu's done here, but it might have hurt his knee. Ooh. Nunes collides with the knee of Patrick Dorgu. This does not look good for the Dane. If it is a serious injury, I have a feeling he's going to be okay. And he's just making the most of it, as if like most have done today. Like most have done today. 4 added minutes then here at Old Trafford. So that's how it is. 4 added minutes. And it just feels like you've got to suffer 4 more minutes of this game. Been very, very poor from both sides. I think United actually have been better. I think they've actually been better. Had the better chances, really. And I think they could have won the game, United. And Man United fan Gary Neville gives man of the match to Bruno Fernandes, the Man United player. I mean, Gary Neville, even at one point on Sky Sports, when Ruben Diaz, he slipped and he actually, the ball hit his chest, then his chin on the floor. He was nowhere near a handball. Gary Neville screaming for handball on commentary. I'm not sure exactly what we want to see. Doku with a terrible pass. Kovacic gives it away. Xerxes. Fantastic tackle by Vardiel. United hit City quick on the counter here. Fernandes in behind to Xerxes. City in big trouble here. Xerxes switches it towards Garnacho. Bernardo Silva heads it away. Bruno Fernandes against Marmoush. He's battling like he can for it. Marmoush goes and wins it back for City. Brilliant by Marmoush. Marmoush, fantastic feet by Marmoush. He's taken down. No free kick. Casemiro. Dorgu's absolutely fine. He was making the absolute most of nothing. Fernandes. Big switch towards Dalot. Does keep it in on the chest. Mazraoui. Back to Lindelof. Casemiro. Over towards Lenny Yoro, who runs through City's team. Marmoush leaves him, he's too tired. Garnacho, sliding challenge by Bernardo Silva, a good one. On towards Matheus Nunes, who's tackled as well. Bernardo Silva getting stuck in. Dorgu, another tackle by Bernardo Silva. And it's a goal kick for Manchester City. Dorgu wants a corner. Referee says goal kick. Bernardo leaves it. What's the next game, says Lisa. Let's have a look. I think it's Crystal Palace at home next week. I won't be doing a commentary for that one because I'll be at that game. And after that, it will be Everton away on the 19th of April. We will be live on the channel for that one. I think so anyway. Man City versus Everton at 3 o'clock. But I will be away for the end of the season. I'm going on a trip to the United States. So the day City plays Southampton at home, I'll be jetting off to the United States. And I won't be back for the end of the season. I won't be back till June, actually. Lindelof here against De Bruyne. De Bruyne's done well. Lindelof pulling him all over the place. On towards Bernardo Silva. Bernardo here. Loses the ball. It's terrible. I mean, Bernardo Silva offers nothing now. He's won it back off Bruno Fernandes, though, who's kicked Bernardo. And somehow it's going to throw into what? Bernardo, if he throws himself to the floor, there gets a free kick. But he doesn't do. He stays on his feet to throw into Man United. Bruno Fernandes takes 10 yards further forward for the throw-in. Then he throws it back, and Dorgu will do the same. Patrick Dorgu to take it. 30 seconds remaining. The worst Manchester derby. I've only seen 7 minutes. I'm already thinking of having a nap, said Chris. I've had to suffer the full 90. Plus more. Actually, it's quite tempting. City for once defended quite well, says Chris. Yeah, the last 5 minutes have been better than the full game. It's been absolutely terrible. Doku wins it back. Casemiro goes flying in for a tackle here. Mount on towards Dorgu. Could United win it at the end here? Patrick Dorgu. Cross the box here. Diaz away. Here's Marmoush. Can't get there to Dorgu. The quality on show today. 2 of the worst teams in the Premier League, it feels like. This feels like a relegation battle game. Here's Dalot. Garnacho on towards Dalot. Cross in. Away by Vardiel. Casemiro. Mason Mount. Back out to Fernandez. Kovacic, another tackle. You're a wide to Dorgu. Full-time whistle goes. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. Let's all just forget an absolutely terrible 90 minutes in our life there of the most dull and boring rubbish that we have seen from Manchester City. It's so bad. Suppose you can say we didn't lose, but there was absolutely a spineless performance, really. Absolutely nothing. No interest, City. And no interest for myself wanting to watch any more of that. Thanks for joining us. If you have joined us, please like the video if you haven't already. Do subscribe if you are new. And we'll most likely see you for the away game against Everton on the 19th next time. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. If you're in the UK in the sun, it's gone down by now. City have wasted it. And they've wasted your day. But hopefully we see some wins again in the near future. We'll see you next time.